Hi everyone. I'm back for the two-month update. A lot has happened in 2 months, and that's a reoccurring theme in every single one of my videos. I'm like, guys, a lot has happened. But yeah, it is, I think, officially spring now here in Atlanta. I've been obsessed with these, I learned there were wisteria trees around my neighborhood, and they're like really popular in Atlanta. Like, they've planted them everywhere, but they grow these like beautiful purple flowers in these like little bundles. But yesterday I was telling my boyfriend that I have been tempted to just like get out of my car and like pick up a bundle and bring it home with me, and he did. On the way back home he brought me a little bundle, and I'm really happy. Look how fucking, I wish the color was better on this camera, but look how beautiful it is. It's my favorite thing. I'm obsessed. Every time I see one I'm like, look how fucking pretty. But yeah, I'm really happy that he thought of me and brought this home. Are you kidding me? Anyway, this is gonna be more of like a, I'm just gonna fucking yap and I'm gonna knit. So feel free to just put this on in the background and get some dishes done, or do your laundry, or knit, or whatever it is that you want / need to do. And I'll just give you some company and just fucking blah 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 in the background. But yeah, today I'm working on the godforsaken sweater that I have yet to finish for Kevin. This is the back panel. I'm about, I would say, a third of the way done with the back panel. So this is what I'll be doing while I'm yapping. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of things have changed in the past couple of months. I unexpectedly, well, not unexpectedly because I did apply for the job, but kind of came out of nowhere. Was not expecting to get an interview, was not expecting to get hired, and then I got hired at my first like big girl design job, and I get to work from home for most of the week, and it's only been a couple weeks of like training and then working, and I'm not gonna say where I work because y'all don't even know where I work, but it's a very different, and I feel very blessed, and I have so much more time and so much more energy, and I feel like I feel like I have this motivation that I haven't had in a really, really long time to actually make things, which is really exciting. That's something that I've been really craving for a long time. Side note, every time somebody sees this, they're like obsessed with it. It's like my sewing kit. It's an iron, but I have like my like interchangeable knitting needles in here, my little scissors, and some embroidery needles. So I have two. I finished my ball of yarn, so I have to attach one of these strings to my other skein. I haven't worked on this in a while because I ran out of yarn, surprise. So I dragged Kevin along with me like an hour from where we live to get this fucking yarn because I refuse to pay $15 for shipping from Michael's. Like, what the fuck is that? But I found it, thank God. We had to stop at 2 Michael's, but I found the color that I needed. But anyway, yeah, new job. Also got officially diagnosed with ADHD, so that's fun. I started medication, and I think that that's also contributing to the energy and motivation aspect of it all. So it's really exciting. I feel like in the past, I would hesitate to like start a project or whatever because I needed to find like the most efficient way to do it, or the best order in which to do it, or like waiting for that motivational thing to hit me to like get something started. And now I'm just kind of like, oh, I have free time, like I should be doing the things that I love doing, and that's been really special, and I'm really happy that that's happening again, because I literally haven't felt this way since I was like 18, and I'm about to turn 25. Like, that's insane. Oh my god, it's me again, because guess what, I forgot to say things. There's things that I wanted to say that I forgot about. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. ADHD. Anyway, speaking of, I think that one of the hardest symptoms that you don't really hear talked about very often is obviously you know, I'm super forgetful, I'm late to everything, I pick something up and I have it in my hand and I'm like, oh my god, where's my phone? And it's literally like in my hand. You know, like I hyper focus on things a lot, I get easily distracted, like, you know, like all of those things. But I think that hardest one for me that you don't really hear talked about a lot, it was like the like high, like the very emotional highs and lows. There was a video that I saw not that long ago that a clinical like psychologist had made talking about ADHD, and he described it as like people who have ADHD just have like they're highly sensitive people, so they get easily distracted because they're highly sensitive to like the world around them. They're really good at attention to detail because they're highly sensitive at the world around them, but they're also highly emotional people because they're highly sensitive to the people around them and to everything that's going on in their life. And that was actually the main reason that I decided to go the medication route. I was actually really scared about going the medication route because I was not really interested in any uppers or anything. Like, I wasn't interested in doing the Ritalin or doing the Adderall because I was like, I'm an anxious person. Like, why would I want something that's gonna give me all that energy? Like, I don't want that. But I started on Wellbutrin, which is actually supposed to help more of the like executive function, which I have a lot of issues with, but also with the anxiety and the depression, and it's supposed to kind of like mellow out those highs and lows. But that was a crazy one to realize, is that like as a child, like my parents would always be like, oh, you're so sensitive, like why are you crying, like there's no reason for you to be crying right now, like this was a stupid thing, like it's literally like you're crying over spilt milk, like why are you crying, like, and it would usually be like I had a long day, or like I had a lot of things that I had to do that day, or like, you know, like the music was playing too loud, and it was things that I didn't realize were happening until much later in life. But then it would be like, oh, I'm literally like having an angry moment and like being overly sensitive and all this shit because like the fucking microwave exhaust fan is too loud. You know what I mean? And that's been helped by the medicine so far. It's only been about 3 weeks, but I think it's helping. But yeah, let's start my row here. Yeah. This new job thing has presented a new issue to me, and it is that obviously I feel extremely blessed, and I feel like I deserve this job, and I deserve this pay, and I worked really hard to get here, and I did college, and I spent 2 years trying to like get my foot into this field, and it finally worked out for me after all this time. But there's also like this sense of guilt because, you know, for the past couple years I've been in the position where I've had to work, you know, nearly 30 days in a row, 12-hour days, 2 jobs, blah 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 blah, and I've worked so much harder for such little money. And now that I've finally like got in this position, I'm like, wow, like people who work in the service industry really like deserve to be paid so much more. Like what I do now is so much easier compared to what I was doing like just 2 weeks ago, and that is like, it's not shocking. I mean, if you've ever worked in the service industry before, you know how hard it is, you know how physically exhausting it is, you know how socially taxing it is, you know how easily things can go wrong, and having to do that on your feet with no break for 10 hours is exhausting. It's, you know, your coffee in the morning, it's your food for lunch, your food for dinner, your drink after a long, hard day of work, you know, whatever it may be. People who work in hotels, people who do nails, people who do hair. Like, all of those people are, like, essential things in our life that we don't even think twice about, and they deserve to get paid so much more. It's not like what I'm doing is not important. What I'm doing right now at my job, I think, is actually a really important thing, like a really necessary job in the graphic design sphere of everything. But I'm just saying, all of my friends and all of my co-workers who I used to work with deserve to be getting paid what I'm getting paid now, which, you know, should not be like a radical thing to say. With the economical state of the world right now, I'm thinking about this even more, honestly. It's been kind of like taking over my brain. But yeah, on the flip side of things, I feel really blessed, and I feel really lucky, and it's like silly little things where it's like I have a couple extra $100, you know, and that is enough for me to like buy stuff to, like, you know, like I bought like a couch cover because my cats keep clawing out my couch, and I just bought this couch, and I need to like silly little things where it's like things that aren't important but that are gonna make my life easier that I couldn't put money into before. But like, I didn't used to have $20 extra to buy a couch cover. I didn't have, you know, $20 extra to buy a new set of dinner plates. I didn't have, you know, I don't know, just like, I didn't have $20 extra to go buy more yarn, for God's sake. Like, and this is the thing that I do in my free time that is like inexpensive things to do, and I didn't have the $20 that I needed to go buy a couple of skeins to finish this project, and now I can do that. I don't know if you hear my cat like yelling in the background. Kevin just like shushed him. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's so funny. He likes to like, there's this like little ball that we bought at Walmart for like literally 99 cents, and it's his favorite toy. And doesn't matter what time of day it is, he'll put it in his mouth and he'll start like screaming, just screaming with it. It sounds like he's like in distress, but he's just playing with his favorite toy. But yeah, other things that have been happening is I've been able to be more social. I feel like after 2 years of living in the city, I can finally like go out and like not feel self-conscious, and like I feel like I've actually formed some bonds with people that like allow me to like let loose a little bit and like reach out to them. And like, you would never guess when you meet me, but my favorite thing to do is talk, and there's nothing more freeing than finally being able to find that person that will let you just fucking talk, and will talk just as much as you do, and will fucking like all the chisme, all the drama, talk about everything, talk about work and the state of the world and just stupid little things that happen every day. And I haven't had that in a really long time with like somebody like physically. I mean, I think that's so important that like in-person social connection. I've finally started forming some real bonds with people, and that's really exciting. I've also been to a couple more shows. I went to one by myself, which I thought I would never do in my life. I went to go see Howdy, and it was really good. I mean, I'd seen them before, but the energy in that crowd was just amazing. Everybody was singing all of their songs, and I hadn't listened to their new album, but it was really good. It was a really good show, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna point this down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. Oh, hello, new angle. Show it like this. I'm just still on these like, it's just such a, like, I've had to restart the sweater several times, and the first time I just used like one strand of worsted weight yarn with smaller needles, and it ended up being like really gappy, and then I used smaller needles in the same like one strand, and it ended up being like too thin, like not warm enough. So I've increased the size of the needle, and I've increased the amount of strands that I'm holding. So it's basically like I've made it like a chunky, bulky yarn with size 8mm, and even though it has worked up quicker than the first few times, the rows are still really long because it's a little bit of an oversized, and it's a little bit harder to pull the loops because it's chunky. Like, it hurts my hands a little bit more to work on. But yeah, I just looked up and I looked at the state of this room. It's really not that bad, but so like because I work from home, and I'll show you her crazy setup. I have this monitor here that I had to figure out a home for, which means that I had to like, I used to have like a clothing rack over here, and this bookshelf used to be over here, and this piano was on top of the bookshelf, so like I had to take everything down. I somehow fit all of my extra shit in that teeny weeny little skinny ass closet, but everything worked out. I think I laid it out pretty good. I mean, it's still a little bit chaotic, but it's not that bad. Pretty happy with it. And since I've rearranged things and I have more spare time and everything now, I've picked up playing a little bit more. I, fun fact, played piano from the ages of 7 to like 14, 15. So like a really long time I took lessons. And I kind of like dropped it and started picking up guitar more, and then I dropped guitar again, and then I haven't played in like a really, really long time. But I've been trying to reteach myself to read music more effectively. And yeah, I've been playing a lot of like the Amelie soundtrack because that's my favorite movie. I'm trying to teach myself Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. That's one of my favorite piano songs ever. It's just the most beautiful thing, which is really difficult. My left hand struggles a lot with reading the lower clef and just like my dexterity, my left hand is not as good as it used to be. Reading multiple notes at once to make chords is really difficult, but I can slam out a melody on my right hand, no problem. So I've been working on figuring out this side of things so that I can actually play a song, which would be really nice. But yeah, that's just another thing to like keep me occupied. It's been making me really happy how quickly I'm picking it up again, because I used to do it as a kid. So that's really exciting. But I've been having a lot of fun with that too. And then on like the art side of things, obviously I'm working on the sweater. If you follow me on Instagram at all, I've also been knitting these little tapestries for my kitchen. I'm currently working on a little tomato one, but I ran out of yarn, as one does. And for some fucking reason, this like puke green that I chose for like the main color, the like main background, is hard to find. They didn't have it at either one of the Michaels that I went to go buy this yarn at, so that's really fun. But that's looking really good. I'm really proud of that. I designed it in Illustrator, and then I took it to stitchfiddle, which, if you don't know, if you ever want to make like a tapestry and you need like a chart to read, if you pop in an image to stitchfiddle, it'll spit out a chart for you for free, and you can adjust it as you need it. Like you can like, they have like it's like a little paint bucket tool, and you can like adjust everything. And hopefully in the future, once I get more yarn, I'm gonna do a little breakdown of how I did everything on here so you guys can see what that process looks like. And ultimately I think I need to make like, because I'm using it to cover up all of my cabinet doors, which is kind of like it's a little bit of a daunting project because that's a lot of mini tapestries to make. But ultimately I think I'm gonna have like 18 of them. But I'll show you what that one's looking like right now, because I have it next to me. I have a little ball of red yarn here that I don't want to get loose, but so far it's looking like this, which is really exciting. Look at that. Does it look like tomatoes? I asked Kevin like 20 times if it actually looked like tomatoes, because I was like second guessing myself. But from far away, if you squint a little bit, those are definitely tomatoes. I ran out of green yarn and I have like 5 more rows left. It's like so frustrating because I have like just enough of this red and just enough of like, I don't know where it went. Yeah, just enough of this red, and then I have a little ball of green yarn floating around somewhere, but just enough of that for like the like leaf part, the like darker green. But I ran out of the main green, and I was like, I thought I had just enough, so that's really annoying. But hopefully I can find some of that soon, because I'm really itching to finish this project, and I really want to make that video showing y'all like the whole process from designing to making the chart to gathering materials, and then hopefully like farther along the line I can post like my chart and like maybe like a little like pattern for y'all. That'd be really cool. And then the other thing that I've been working on is, and if you follow me too, you know that I've been working on the Loupy Studios bag. And I'll put that somewhere here. I'm sure you've already seen it. It's been a really freaking popular pattern. But my friend Serena that lives in LA is like obsessed with the color purple, and she had this little shoulder bag that it was like her everyday bag, and it was either a knit or a crochet bag that she really loved, but it was just like the strap wasn't long enough and it kept falling off her shoulder, and she was like, is there any way that I can like ask you or like commission you to like make me a bag? And I was like, this is perfect, because I actually really want to make this Loupy Studios bag. Like, is this something you'd like? She was like, hell yeah, I'm so excited. I've finished the main body of it. If I can like finish the main body of it, it's lacking a little bit of shape here. Kind of looks more like a swing or something. But it's because I ordered the paracord. The way that this pattern is designed is that as you're knitting, you're actually making you're essentially making a little tube, which you're gonna run like a ribbon or a piece of string or like a chain link through here to make like your strap. In the pattern, what she uses actually is a paracord, so that you can like get like a little lock and like scrunch it up. Because the clever thing about this pattern is that you can actually scrunch it up. It's called the scrunchie bag. So you can wear it as a crossbody, or you can kind of tighten up the paracord and then wear it as like a cute little shoulder bag. So that's why it's lacking shape, is because I don't have that yet. But just today, I have all my little ends weaved in, and I use a little bit of fabric glue to kind of like tack these down, because I know she's going to be using this every day, and I secure that in there. So this takes about 48 hours to dry, and hopefully by that time I'll have the paracord in, and then the last thing I have to do is just the parts that are the strap and not the main bag. So like this handle, this part here, this has to just get seamed all the way around, and then I just have to feed the paracord in there and mail it to her. I'm really excited. It looks kind of tiny, but I kind of did like a little practice, and I put some of my stuff in here. And because it's knit, it stretches really good, so you can actually fit a lot more than you think in here. And I'm sure once it's all said and done, and you know, I give it a good wash, and I put the paracord in, and everything's all set and good, it'll look even better. But I'm gonna flip this inside out again because the glue is still kind of drying, and I want it to set really nice. I just have this hanging on my lamp over here. Oh god. Other thing I wanted to mention, this dress. Let's get the dress in on it. This dress, wait, guess how much it was? $1 out of the bargain bin at the vintage store. $1. Look, it even has like, I love these little like mirror parts. Is that not the cutest thing? Best thing I bought, like, in a long time. And Kevin picked it out of the bin because he just has a good eye. Also, on the list of projects that I want to get done upcoming, I just saw a Loupy Studios video where she made this like summery dress, and I think it'd be really cute, layered on top of like a bathing suit or something. And I have plans of going back home to Florida, and would be such a cute like cover up to go to the beach in. Very excited about that. So I'll be starting that. I'll put a picture somewhere. I'm gonna finish the sweater. I'm putting this out in the world so that I do it. I'm gonna finish the sweater, and I'm gonna finish Serena's bag, and I'm gonna finish those tapestries. But apart from that, because I love having like a million things to have access to at once, so something I can pick something else up, which is the lie I tell myself to make me feel better about the fact that I start a bunch of things and then I don't finish them. The other thing I want to make, of course, is that dress. And I want to make myself a little vest. Now that I'm working in the office, I think it'd be really cute to have like a little vest, or like even like a little bolero, so that, because the office is a little bit cold, I'm always going to want to have like a little. I also want to make a scrunchie. List of plans. Big plans though is I want to get back into solar printing. If you're not familiar, let me see if I actually have them. I know I have this. So similar to cyan, which if you're looking at my desktop background right now, that blue like cloth in the background, to me it looks like cyanotype blue. It looks like this was made with chemicals that are sensitive to UV light. However, typically cyanotypes are going to be always this blue color unless you give them another chemical treatment. However, when I was in college, I found these chemicals called Solar Fast, and it's by a company called Jacquard. They look like this. Obviously this one's blue. As you can see, I also have red. And for my like final projects when I was in art school, I used these a lot. I didn't really have access to very sunny conditions in my old apartment, but now I have a beautiful little balcony, and I have plans on how I'm going to use these again. And I want to somehow make something that involves crochet and solar, and then I'm bringing it back into the tactile physical world. And I want to talk about the digital age, I want to talk about tactility, I want to talk about womanhood, I want to talk about the history of craft making, I want to talk about sort of it, and it's so exciting in my brain. But I recently came across this work by an artist that I've actually followed for a really long time, but she's started playing with a lot of cyanotype work, but laying her knitwork and her garments and like other things on top of photosensitive or cloth that's been treated with photosensitive material, and then letting that imprint get on the cloth, and it just looks really beautiful, and I really want to make something like that, so that's really exciting. And then currently in the oven I have some orange slices that I'm dehydrating because I want to make a little garland, and so that's my little home decor project for right now outside of the kitchen tapestries. So that'll be really fun. Honestly, I'm getting tired of listening to myself talk, and I'm really, really thirsty now, and I've ran out of water in my water bottle. So I think this will be it. I'm gonna leave y'all here. Hopefully the next time you see me, we'll be talking about tomato tapestries. That's the goal. But yeah, thanks so much for keeping me company here. I hope that I was good company to you. I hope you got what you needed to get done. And I'll see you next time. Bye.